Hi everyone, I'm Larry Soffer and I'm a mentalist. I read minds, I predict the future, I bend metal, I do weird and wonderful things. You guys are going to get to experience some of that here at home while you're in your home and I'm here in my home in Cape Town, and we're going to have a lot of fun here today. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all here. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to be reading some of your thoughts, predicting what you're going to think of before you know what you're going to think of. I'll even teach you something in today's Facebook Live. And also I'm going to get one of the people from the independent newspapers, from independent media, to be here. Her name's Rihanna. She's going to be on in just a bit. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be reading her mind, and she doesn't even know about this, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll teach you guys something as well, so you'll get to learn something that you can show your friends and your family. I hope you enjoy that. And also there's obviously a special message involved with that item that I'm going to be teaching you. So I'll teach you a simple magic trick, but as a mentalist, I mainly do what's called magic of the mind. So that's what mentalism is. So I read minds and I predict the future. It's not that sleight of hand or illusion kind of thing that one's used to seeing a magician doing. So, during this time, I know that it's been really difficult for a lot of people, a lot of businesses to still keep operating or as usual, or even to operate at all. And as an entertainer during March, my inquiries went down to something very, very small, and my shows that were booked were either indefinitely postponed or they were cancelled. So I had to come up with a solution, and the solution that I came up with was actually doing an online virtual show. And two things that were part of the criteria of this online virtual show is that it had to be completely interactive. So you had to be able to interact with me while you're at home and I'm here in my home. And the other thing is that everybody had to experience something. So even if I had to interact with a few individuals, there had to be some points in the show where everybody gets to experience the impossible happening in their show, in their home at least. And so let me see if I see any comments from you guys. See from Darren, can I get tonight's Powerball winning numbers? Okay. So Darren, I take a lot of commission. I take a lot of commission. You wouldn't be left with much else after that. Okay. Any other comments that we have here? Not just yet. And I'll answer any comments and any questions that come along as we go along. But nice to have you here, Darren Martin. So that was the main criteria, is that it had to be interactive and there had to be points in the show where everybody got to partake, and that's what I created. So I sat down actually before lockdown even happened, and I actually launched my show from the first week of lockdown to the entertainment industry. And yeah, it started to slowly take off because people weren't really warming up to the idea. People weren't sure were they going to have virtual shows, were they going to have live shows. But I knew from the pattern that happened in the rest of the world that virtual shows were something that was going to start happening. And so I'm pretty sure that I was one of the top 5 to 10 mentalists, if not the first one to come up with a virtual show. And I say that because I'm very proud of the concept, and I think it's a really inspirational thing. I believe that the way that one has to try and solve problems is twofold. First of all, one has to think of the issues that may come your way before they come your way, and you have to solve those issues before they arrive. Like, for instance, knowing that load shedding is going to happen. I had to prepare for that. That's one of the things that I had to prepare for. So now my show can run even if load shedding hits. So you have to be in control of your environment, and you have to kind of try and foresee what's going to happen before it actually happens. And then second of all, to actually solve things on the fly. So if something happens, you have to be able to think really quick, solve it on the fly, have the least damage happen as possible, so people can still really have a fun time. And I think that during this time it's really still possible to create your dreams. All you have to do is figure out how can you help somebody else. and that way that you help other people, whatever that method is, that can become your business, or maybe it is your business already. And if you just promote that to enough people, you'll be able to start operating that business, because if you can really help somebody, your business and your product becomes valuable. And I think that's a really key thing to take into consideration, that if you can help somebody with a product that you deliver or with a service, then you become, or your service or your product becomes valuable, and that way you can still do business, and you can still figure out a way of how this can be done during this time that we're all experiencing. I know it sounds difficult, but if you just sit down for a little bit and you think about it, I'm sure you could find a way that you could solve the barriers, or maybe use the barriers as solutions to overcome the situation that we're all in. Like with this medium, for example, what I did was I used this. This was maybe seen as a barrier before, like how could I actually read your mind across the call, and you'll get to experience that in just a little bit. And you may ask, well, how is that possible? But you're going to see that it is actually possible, and that's why I'm showing you this here today, because if this is possible, imagine what you're able to create in your life. So on that note, I'm going to do something with somebody online. Let's see if I can see any comments here. I see Darren there. And I just want to say thank you again just to the Weekend August for having me here on the page. And the Weekend August is saying hello and welcome to the Mentalist. Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. It's such a great honor to be here. It's such a great pleasure to be collaborating with you guys here today. So Darren, I'm going to try something with you right now. I hope you're listening. Give me a hello if you can hear me, Darren. I know I might get a little bit of a delay on this, so I'll wait for your comment to come through, because between streaming to Facebook and communicating, there's a little bit, maybe a 10-second lag or something like that. That's the way it goes. So Ricardo, I see that that you're here, so you're gonna help me too. Okay, so stay here with me. I'm gonna use you in just a little bit. So Darren, either Darren or Ricardo, the first card that comes to mind first, and the first person to mention a card, so it's either going to be Darren or Ricardo, or if anybody else tunes in, mention a card, and we're going to use that card. Okay, so I had a dream last night, and in my dream I dreamt that somebody here on this Facebook Live chose a card. I saw which card was chosen. This morning I turned that card upside down in this pack. So if one of you had to think of a card right now and I had to match that card that's upside down, that'd be so weird, right? So the first person to name a card right now, that's the card that we'll use. And remember, so you choose ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, and then hearts, clubs, spades, or diamonds. And I see Ricardo chose the king of spades. This is so weird. Like inside this box, I have one face-up pack, and inside the center of this pack, I have one card that's turned face down. This is so weird. One card that's turned face down in the entire face-up pack. It's so funny that Darren says the ace of hearts, because if you can see next to the card that's turned upside down, it's the ace of hearts. So weird, right? And Ricardo, you chose the king of spades, and this is the king of spades. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. If you enjoyed that, please press the like button or press the love sign, the heart sign. That way, with more engagement, we'll get more people being notified about this live event happening. Right now, I'd like to welcome Rihanna. Yes. So we're going to get Rihanna up onto the platform over here. I know we're waiting for Rihanna to actually get into her room, and then she's going to be interacting with me. So so do you guys have any questions for me so long while we're waiting for Rihanna? And maybe we'll just text Rihanna from our side just to make sure that she's there. Thanks, Ricardo. Glad you liked that. And the Weekend August says, if you are a magician, then you can always do a lot more magic than you think you can. Yeah, and I truly believe that, and I believe that we are all magicians in our own lives. We all create magic in some way or the other. We all have something special to offer the world, and I hope that I can inspire that within people here today. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed that as well, Diane. Thank you. And we're going to get Rihanna on right now. Hi, Rihanna. How are you doing?
Hi, Larry.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good, good. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for organizing this. I'm so glad to be a part of this.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Could you maybe switch on your mic a little bit? Maybe a little bit louder on your side? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Hi, Larry.
great. Great. I'm so glad to hear. And Ricardo is asking how long you're doing this and why. So I've been doing this since the age of 4 or 5 years old. I got my first magic set from my grandparents at the age of around about 4 years old. And they brought it to me from Israel. And yeah, I loved magic ever since. And I watched David Copperfield on TV, and I was so inspired, and I wanted to become the world's greatest magician. At the age of 13, I went to the College of Magic, and I studied a lot of sleight of hand and illusion over there. And after the college, I got more into mentalism. So after high school, I got more into the mental or spiritual side of magic. And what you're going to see me do here today, I actually have done on many radio stations around South Africa, in fact around the world, and also on many TV stations. And what happens is that while you're at home and I'm in the radio station, I make your spoons and forks bend in your home. I make your light bulbs burst, your TV switch on. I even make your car switch off while you're driving on the highway. All these weird and wonderful things happen, and I know it sounds freaky, but Rihanna, we're going to actually try something out here together, you and I today. And just to answer the question of why do I do this? Well, my purpose is to inspire people to believe to see instead of seeing to believe. You see, I believe that most people say, I'll see it before I believe it, especially with what I do, right? They say, no, I have to see that first before I can believe it. But I believe that way, you only experience other people's creations. But if you can believe to see, you can believe in your own ideas, you can then create those ideas and become the master of your own destiny. So I hope this inspires you guys here today. You like that?
I do.
Oh, great. And I truly believe that even during this time, we can still be the masters of our own destiny, and we can still overcome the barriers and create the impossible. So we're going to do something together here today. Do you have any questions for me, Rihanna?
Yeah. So when you were reading people's minds, have you ever come across a hidden thought? Maybe you were in a group of friends and then somebody was thinking something that they didn't really want to share. And if you ever encountered something like that, how did you relay that message?
Yeah, that has it has happened a few times. It depends on the situation. Obviously, if the situation is very sensitive, then I don't mention it, you know. Or if it is okay for me to mention, I mention it in a very light way, and I try to create a wonderful emotional response, let's say, and it depends on the sensitive nature of the topics that I'm revealing.
And for example, like if people didn't know you were married and had this thought, "Ooh, I wonder if he's single or married," and if you read their thoughts, have you ever laughed to yourself, had that chuckle?
Well, you know that movie, What Women Want?
Yeah.
It was based on a true story.
Okay. Okay, good.
But yes, interesting things do happen. The weirdest question that I ever had was on a radio station. It was for Jacaranda. No, it was for East Coast Radio in Durban. It was for East Coast, and we had a Q&A section where people could phone in and they could ask me certain questions. And one lady asked me if I could make her pregnant. And I said, not at this distance. No, I'm just kidding. I said, immaculate conception is not really my thing. But yeah, I am married, if anybody wanted to know. But yes, interesting ideas do come about, and interesting thoughts do come about. And sometimes people even voice those thoughts without them having a filter on, which is quite interesting too.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I'm really keen and super excited. And yeah, so if the Powerball numbers do come through, don't share it live. You can send me a private message.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to try and get into some mind reading right now, you and I. So
Okay.
I want you to, I mean, first of all, there's no way that I could know what you're about to think of, right? I haven't told you what to think of. You haven't told me what you're about to think of. There's no way, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, right now you even seem a little bit like you have a little bit of a question, like you don't even know quite what you're going to think of, right?
Right.
So I want you to imagine that you're doing a Google search. So imagine you're going on your computer right now and don't actually do it. Just do it in your mind, in your imagination.
Okay.
And I want you to search for a celebrity. Any celebrity in the world. It could be an actor, musician, sports star, singer. Could be of any nature. Yes?
Okay.
Great. And then you're scrolling down through the search page or this web page that you've searched for, and you find an interesting article. And in your mind, I want you to skip around to a few different words.
Okay. Right.
Good. And now commit to a word, commit to a thought.
Right.
Good. So you changed your mind, you had a few different words, and you're now sticking on a particular word, right?
Right.
Okay, so I want to try and form a connection with you. So I want you to put your hand toward mine, just like this. That's good. And just in your mind, Rihanna, I want you to repeat the first letter of your word, never out loud, just in your mind, over and over, like D.
Okay.
D. Is it a D?
Yes.
Yes. Can you spell out your word letter by letter, just in your mind, never out loud? Start now. Stop. You just looked at a letter F, right?
Yes.
Very good. In your mind, I want you to keep spelling from the letter F. Keep spelling now. Stop. That was an R that you just looked at, yes?
Yes.
And in your mind, you skipped all the way to the end of the word. You looked at the letter T, yes?
I did.
You were thinking, this is crazy. Somehow Larry's in my head. He knows what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Now, I have no idea what you're thinking, but I'm getting that you had two words coming to mind that you changed between. Yes?
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get this from your mind right now. Let me try and just get this here. Just think of the other word. Okay. Very good. That other word, did it begin with an A?
No.
No, wait. No, that's an R, yes?
Yes.
Sometimes a capital A and a capital R can look similar. I'm definitely getting something from you, Rihanna. You ended up going for this word, so I'm going to write it nice and big. And I'm actually going to cross this word out because this is the one that you almost went for in your mind. So Rihanna, for the first time, what was the word you ended up going for?
Different.
Interesting. And what was the word that you wanted to choose?
Recommended. No! That's crazy.
So crazy, right? You wanted to choose recommended, you changed to different. And before that, you thought of a celebrity, yes?
Yes.
In fact,
That's crazy.
yes, and I'm getting a few different thoughts coming to. I'm getting a few different thoughts. I'm getting that you had like a few different celebrities passing through your mind, and you almost fleetingly thought of a family member. In fact, I think that was your brother that you almost thought of.
Yes, I did.
Now, there's no way I could know your brother's name, right?
You don't?
Yeah, and there's no way I could know the celebrities that you're thinking of in your mind right now.
Yes.
First, I'm getting that you almost thought of a male celebrity, and then you changed your mind to a female celebrity.
I did.
And the female, I'm getting somebody who's very curvaceous. I know a lot of people will be thinking now, maybe that's Beyonce or Kim K, but it's definitely not one of those. Did you end up going for Jennifer Lopez?
I did.
And you wanted to think of... Wait, you're thinking of a movie with this actor in it? Is that Mission Impossible that you're thinking of? You wanted to think of Tom Cruise, right?
Tom Cruise, yes. Oh my God, you're scaring me.
And what's
Yes.
even crazier is before you thought of that, just fleetingly, you had your brother coming through to your mind. I'm getting that your brother is a very playful kind of character, very energetic, but at the same time, it's interesting because he has a bit of a serious side to him.
He does.
Yes? I'm getting... Like, because he's so busy, it's a little bit difficult for him to be as close as he would like to be with the family. But there are times where you guys get together.
We do.
So I want you to imagine your brother over here in your mind. If I could get your brother's name from your mind right now, this would be insane, right? Right?
It would.
Yeah,
Yes.
here we go. Here we go. So in your mind, Rihanna, you're going to imagine him right here. And just in your mind, never out loud, never move your lips, you're going to say hello and then say his name. We're going to do that now. So you'd say hello. Rakesh.
Yes. That's my brother's name, Rakesh.
So crazy, right? How is that experience for you?
If you can do those things, then I'm wondering what else you can do, and perhaps you can even unlock the secrets to the mind. Like, it's just, you blew me away. It's not what I anticipated or expected, or even when I kept on changing the thoughts and the accuracy of what you're telling me, or reading a passage or creating something that's just, it's phenomenal and mind-blowing. I think it's an incredible experience. I don't have words for you.
Well, thank you, Rihanna. Thank you very much. You were amazing. In fact, I would like to do something with the listeners in a bit, but do you have any questions for me?
No, I think, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's really a wonderful experience, and I encourage more people to try it and see. It's fun. It's fun, really fun. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and good luck.
Yeah,
with the
thank you.
rest of the evening.
So don't go just yet. Do you have elastic bands with you?
Not on. Yes, I do.
Okay, great. If you could get that elastic band, that would be perfect, because I'm going to teach everybody something right now. And I see there's some comments. Shabram says, oh wow. And Mari says, how in the world? And yeah, we get lots of great comments of you. Thanks, guys, and thanks for tuning in. And please press that like or that heart sign so we can get some more interaction. That way, Facebook actually notifies everybody that there's a live video happening. So if you press that like sign or the love sign, Facebook will notify more people to come in and join us. So right now, I'm going to teach you guys something, and then I'm going to try something with the listeners at home. And you might even want to join in with this, Rihanna. So I'm going to teach you a simple magic trick that I learned when I was about 5 years old, and it's with an elastic band. And you can see the elastic band is around these two fingers, all right? And you can see it's around these two fingers here, but for it to jump from here to here would be impossible, right? But look, a snap of the fingers makes it jump. I'll show it to you one last time. You can see it right over here. A snap of the fingers makes it jump to the other two fingers. Let me create a little barrier here for you so you can actually see that this is all barriered up. Yes, there's no way that the elastic band can jump from here to over here now, right? But look, a little snap and it jumps.
Wow, that's incredible.
Pretty cool, right? So
That is
can you
pretty
do
cool.
that? Go ahead, Rihanna. I want to see if you can do that. And everybody at home,
No, I
please,
can't. I've tried and no such luck, but practice makes perfect, Larry.
for sure. And why can't you do it? For the simple reason that you don't know how. So let me show you. So the elastic band goes around these two fingers. I pull down and I tuck all four fingers inside and let the elastic band rest around all four fingertips. And then when I open up my hand, it jumps.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. And now the secret move, it's just really important that nobody sees the secret move. So you should do it when you're looking at somebody, and you should do it behind your hand over here so nobody sees, all right? And then when you open up your hand, it jumps. Now, what happens with the barrier, you're probably wondering? Well, you crisscross another elastic band over, and you do exactly the same move. You pull down, you tuck all four fingers inside, and it jumps. Now, why does that happen? Because the elastic band actually moves over just like this.
I see.
That's how it moves. So this secret move allows it to move over your fingers like that. Super cool, right?
Super cool. Awesome.
Now, did you get it? Did you get it working now?
No, but I will definitely try it again, and then I will share it with you when I master that technique.
Okay, great. And you can definitely share it with your friends and your family as well.
I will.
And the reason why I showed you this is because at the beginning you thought probably, wow, that's impossible. How is that even possible? It's magic, right? And you weren't able to do it. But when I taught you the simple method of how to do it, you were able to take doable steps to make the impossible possible. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I believe that even in this time, we can make the impossible possible. See, I believe that the only times that we failed in our life is when we didn't apply the knowledge we already knew, or we didn't have the knowledge that we needed to begin with. So that brings about two very simple solutions. Either apply what you know, or go out and get the knowledge you need to make your dreams a reality. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rihanna. I think we lost your sound over there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Have a great evening.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. So any other questions before we try something else with somebody in the audience? In fact, while we're waiting for questions to come through, I want to show you this. So I have a little box over here. It's just inside this box. You can see there's a question mark and there's a card. All right. On that card is written down something that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. And I would also like to set my watch to a particular time. So let me just get my watch off here. And I need two people to help me. One person's going to think of a place that we're going to travel to, maybe a place that you would like to travel to when lockdown is complete, that you'd like to be in. And then somebody else is going to imagine sitting in a coffee shop in this place with myself and that person that mentions the place, and they're going to think of a time that they see on a clock. All right, so it's going to be an exact hour and an exact minute. So let me just set my watch here to an exact time here. So it's an exact hour and an exact minute. So let's get a place. Can we get somebody mentioning any place? And Olwetu says, profound closing statement. Thank you, Olwetu. I'm glad that you like that. So I'm here to show you that the impossible is still possible here today, and that you're still able to create your dreams. So we need a place. Can anybody name any place in the world that they would like to be in when lockdown is complete? And just so you guys can see, this box is completely sealed. All right, it's got a lid on it. And I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to go inside and do anything with that piece of paper. And I'm going to show you the time on my watch. So we have a place from Ricardo, New York. And so the first one that came through was New York. Let's think of a time. So if we could get an exact hour from 1 to 12 and an exact minute. So hopefully we can get an exact time and an exact minute. And Diane says Sweden, but we're staying with New York because that was the first one that came through. Diane, if you want to say an exact time, you're very welcome. I'm sure time will come through in just a moment. So out of the 3 places that we got so far, it was New York, it was Paris, it was Sweden. But now we're sitting in New York, and Abby says 12:30. Is that right? Ati says 12:30. Okay, so this is so interesting because before I got started, I set my watch to an exact time. I set it to exactly 12:30. Thank you very much. Now, what's so crazy is before I even started the Facebook Live here today, I wrote something on this piece of paper. I sealed it inside this box that's been sitting in front of you the entire time. And I wrote down, well, I know you guys, Ricardo, you chose New York, and this doesn't always work. But today it did. Thank you very much. So I'd like to do one last thing with you guys here today, and I hope you brought your cards with you, your playing cards. So I'm not sure if you guys did bring your playing cards, but I do have some playing cards over here. Let me just get them out. And let me know if you brought your playing cards. Let me know if you got them with you. And Ricardo says, what the fudge? That's great. I'm glad you like that. Hopefully you guys have your playing cards. If you have your playing cards, just bring them up. Make sure that you have 4 playing cards. Thanks, Diane. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. So 4 playing cards, bring them out. Otherwise 4 pieces of paper, and you can make separate drawings on them like this, like a square, a star, a circle, and maybe a heart or something like that, right? You can take 4 pieces of paper and make different drawings on them. Make sure you have 4 different drawings so you can make a heart as the 4th one. Thanks, Ati. So glad you enjoyed that. And so I want you to mix up your cards. Just mix them up. Make sure that they're nice and mixed. If you can give them a good shuffle like this, that's also good. Alright, and then hold the cards face down between your hands and make sure that the 2 short ends are in your hands like this. And I want you to tear those cards in half. Keep them face down, and you can either decide to put your left hand half on top of the right or the right hand half on top of the left. Cool. Now this is called the love ritual. If this happens, if the impossible happens in your home here today, I know that you will have love for the rest of the year. That's what this love ritual is all about. So I know it sounds exciting, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to take 3 cards off the top and put it somewhere in the middle. Not at the top, not at the bottom, somewhere in the middle. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot, take this card, the next card, and place it somewhere in your pocket or underneath you. You can sit on it or you can place it in your pocket. Perfect. Then take the next either 1, 2, or 3 cards and place it somewhere in the middle. Not at the top, not at the bottom, somewhere in the middle. Great. And now you can do either absolutely nothing, or you can take 1, 2, or 3 cards and place them somewhere in the center. Not at the top, not at the bottom, somewhere in the middle. Now you guys have made all your own decisions here. I gave you many choices that you could have chosen from of how you would shuffle the pack over here. And if you did this correct, the impossible is going to happen in your home right now. This is so crazy. If you guys don't have cards right now, play this video back and try it at home, okay? So the reason why we went through all the shuffling is because, like love, it can be very confusing. But at the end of the day, love brings us all together. So we're going to play the love game right now. So you're going to take the top card and place it to the bottom and say, she loves me. If you're female, you can say, he loves me. And the next one you're going to take and you're going to throw it away and you're going to say, she loves me not. The next one, place it to the bottom, say, she loves me. The next one, throw it away, say, she loves me not. The next one, place it to the bottom, say, she loves me. Then she loves me not. Then she loves me to the bottom. Then she loves me not, throw it away. All right. And then she loves me, place it to the bottom. And with passion, throw the next one away and say, she loves me not. And take the next one and with passion say, she loves me. And the next one, throw it away, she loves me not. You're left with one card. And this is where the impossible happens. I'm not sure if you felt that happening in your home right now, but it should have happened. I want you to take the card out from your pocket, or the card that you're sitting on, bring it out, and turn it over, and it should match 100%. Thank you very much. You're going to have love for the rest of the year. Thank you guys for having me. At this point, I'm going to take any questions that you guys have, and then after that, we're going to end off for the evening, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. So, any other questions that you guys have for me? So I know there's always a delay on Facebook, so I'll wait for those questions to come through. I hope the magic happened in your home. If you didn't have a chance to do it, go and get 4 playing cards, or make 4 cards by taking 4 pieces of paper and drawing on them like I suggested, with a square, with a star, a circle, a heart, just 4 different drawings. So let's see if we can get any questions here. And Ricardo said that his son is playing along. That's great. So we'll just wait for any questions to come through, just for a few more seconds. If you guys have any questions from anything that I said today, or if you have any ideas that you would like to communicate, you're very welcome to do that. Great. Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm sure you all asked your questions early on in the show, and told me what you were feeling and thinking. I hope you enjoyed this Facebook Live. I know I enjoyed being here with you guys. You've been fantastic, and please share this with your friends. They'll get to enjoy it too, and I hope that you enjoy that magic that I got to teach you. Please show it to your friends and your family, and have some fun with that over the weekend. Enjoy. Thank you very much. I'm Larry Soffer. Please join me on my social media platforms. We're going to put up a page right now for you all to see. And I see Ricardo says something. Best place you've done, and audience size. Oh wow. Well, I've done many audiences, many sizes of audiences, anything from like 5 people or something to that effect at a private event, to 6,000 people, yeah, I enjoy every single one, and everyone is different. I don't have one particular one that stands out in my mind, but I have performed for the Prince of Saudi Arabia 10 times, which was a great honor. I got to perform for Beyonce and Jay-Z, which was such a memorable experience, and also for Mike Rutherford from Mike and the Mechanics, and many other celebrities and royalty, and even our national national rugby team and cricket team, and perform for many other international rugby and cricket players too along the way. And thank you very much for that question. Right now, we're going to put up a screen where you can see all the social media platforms that you can join me on. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, Mari. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Thank you to the Weekend Argus for having me. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next time.